No. Just, hey, motive. Y'all look, this is going to be what it's going to be because, hey, this new. So we're starting off, and I need to tell y'all all of that, but it's okay. So welcome to Breathe, Let's Talk. I'm Miss Shauna, your co-host, and this is Candace, our beautiful co-host. Did I say that I was the host, or did I say that she was the co-host? It don't even matter. We here. So welcome to Breathe, Let's Talk. Y'all, we're going to talk about some real stuff tonight. I mean some real stuff. So be ready. So be ready. So be ready. Breathe, let's talk. Get your tea. Get your cocoa, get your Starbucks, because I got mine. She drank hers already. Get your Starbucks, get all of that, because we're going to talk some real stuff.
Yes.
We're going to put it out there to y'all, and y'all come back and let us know what y'all talking about, what y'all think. Put your information up here and all of that, and that's how we're going to do this. So, yes, today, y'all, this is what we talking about. We talking about dealing with you. It's not him, it's you, sis. It's all you.
True. True.
Is it true or is it true?
That's true. That's real talk right there. That's
Okay.
heavy.
That's heavy.
It's real. Reality check.
And let me tell you what I mean about it's you and not him, meaning that we as women, we like to, oh girl, he ain't this, oh girl, he ain't that, oh girl, boom, 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 all, we give him all the whatever he not this or whatever he not doing, but it all starts to end with us, right? So that's what we're talking about today. Dealing with you. Dealing,
Self.
dealing with self.
Dealing with self, yeah.
It's not him, it's you, sis.
Whew. Have to take a deep breath on that one, but
Boom, boom, boom.
that's where I am. I'm dealing with me, taking one day at a time, just trying to figure it out. As you always say, you got to figure out where you have not healed from, what is preventing me from healing all the way. And I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay. So, my question to you all is this: what do you do when you're 30, 40, 50? I'm 50 plus, 60, even 70, and you're still single? You haven't found that quote unquote Prince Charming. What do you do? What do you do?
I want to say to that, you got to just know your value. Figure out what you're going to allow, what you do allow, and start loving on yourself enough to know that you are valuable. If you feel that you're invaluable or you don't look at yourself high enough, you got to regroup all that within yourself.
Okay. So I told my good co-host I was going to keep it real with you all. So we got to know our value. We got to know our worth. But what about when we say we got to know our value, we got to know our worth, but we haven't learned that yet because we still in this place of healing. We still haven't gotten to that thing that's in the bottom of our gut. Our dad left us. Our mother, she gave us up for adoption. All of these different issues from our childhood, and all of those, they show up in our relationships.
Mhm.
So even though we know these things, that we have to know our value, we have to know our worth, but we're still walking through this life attracting things to us that's showing us that we're not worthy. For instance, I'm 50 plus, I'm 50 plus 4. I'm in a relationship, or was in a relationship that I had to figure out that was emotionally abusive,
Mhm.
that was mentally abusive. And I had to step back and say, what are you not healing that you keep attracting this to yourself? Because it's no longer him, sis, it's you.
True.
It's no longer, oh, he not this and he crazy. No, but no, Shauna. It's you.
Right.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you keep opening the door for somebody that you know is off. Let's talk about you keep on picking up the phone for somebody that you know was going to go off on you. Let's talk about that. We don't want to put no pretty bow on this like we do. Oh, you just need to know your worth. And, oh, girl, you know, I'm a boss. We don't want to do all that. We want to talk about, okay, about you opening the door for the Negro that you know that you shouldn't be opening the door for. Because I know I do it and I'm 50
Oh,
plus.
I do it too. Yeah. Mhm.
So, but I had to step back and take responsibility for me. I had to take responsibility and say, oh no, this is not about him. This is about you.
I think, there just comes a time where you just get tired, especially as you look at the years going by and you know that the numbers are not going to go backwards and you're going forward in life. As you just mature and get more wisdom up under you, you got to just say, you know what, enough is enough. I know what I want. I know what I need. I know what I deserve. I know what I'm going to tolerate. I know what I'm not going to tolerate. I think you got to just single out things like in life. When you know you don't like this, you like that. So you single out what you like from what you don't like, what you want from what you don't want, what you're going to deal with, what you're not. I think that's the first thing, filter. And I say that because that's where I'm at today. And that's what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, I got to filter out this. I got to filter out that because I want more for myself and I know what I deserve. And then, as you said, and even the therapist said, you got to set those boundaries, just period. It's prioritizing, prioritizing and sacrificing. I mean, you may have to sacrifice to have well, first of all, let me back this up. Sacrifice to have a peace of mind. So you're going to give up this because you need your peace. If you don't have a peace of mind, you're all over the place. And that's what I found with myself at times. I was all over the place. I didn't have any peace. So once I started getting that peace, and it's like, oh, it feels good, and I have to fight to keep my peace. It's like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with that.
So what I hear her saying, my co-host right here, number one, you need to be aware.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be aware. And so when you come in a place of awareness, that means you're being true to yourself. You being true to
Yes.
yourself that, okay, this is not working for me. I'm allowing certain things in my life that doesn't work for me. So I need to be aware what's going on with me. Like I said, you have to take a step back. So number one, we have to be aware. Number two, what I hear my co-host saying is that it's a distraction.
Yes.
It's a distraction. So, and distractions are things that will come into your life, and you may be in a healing place, you may be working on yourself, but something comes in and now you're distracted from healing yourself because now you're all over here
Yes.
trying to be in a situation that doesn't serve you,
Right.
that doesn't allow you to get to your highest self, right? So number one, you need to be aware. And when I say aware, I mean aware and accept that it ain't him, sis, it's you. It ain't him.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the one that's opening the door for somebody that you know that. And I'm talking about me. Anything I'm saying to you all, I'm saying to me first. That's why I'm on here.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't him. It's you.
Mm-hmm.
And we run to all of the the men that tell us about the other men and all of that, and they do a great job. But at the end of the day, we know because we have it in us to tell us that no, this is not serving you. This is not for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know it.
Mm-hmm. It's acceptance. I think we just don't want to accept some things. I know for me, sometimes I just don't want to accept it, and I'll go around it because I don't want to accept that. And what I mean by that is knowing that emotionally he's not healthy for me, but it's something else about him that I like, that I'm like, okay, I'll just deal with that so I can have that. But really, I know I need to just surrender it all, period, so that way I can get what is there for me that just meets all the criteria. You know what I'm saying? That a man's supposed to have to treat a woman good, to love her, to make her feel good and not abuse her mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically, any of that. And to me, abuse is abuse. So it doesn't matter. Again, prioritizing, like you said, being aware. That's the first thing, is to be aware. And the moment you are aware, I think that just sets the tone. It sets the red carpet for everything. So you know you're gonna either walk it or you're gonna walk away, opposite way. So
What you're saying, sis, is don't settle for the bag.
yeah,
Don't settle for the, oh, he giving me some dollars or whatever. Don't
No.
settle for that, because you have to know your worth. But I want to bring this around to, we understand that it's awareness, and then he can be a distraction or whatever. And what do you do? Because the question is, what do you do when you 30, 40, 50, 60, maybe even 70, and haven't even gotten to that person that you want to be with, or that relationship, or gotten to the point where it's to your life is where you want it to be. So for me, what I always say is, it's not him, it's you, sis, or it's not the world, it's you, sis. Why I say that is because it comes to healing.
Mhm.
It comes back to you. You have to heal whatever is going on from your past, that you're working from your subconscious. You have to heal that. Prime example. I'm on Facebook, so a lot of people know this. My dad was a person who wasn't there for me. My dad was a person that he was married, and I came from an affair. My dad was a person that gave me a little bit, like, oh, I might can do this for you. Oh, I might can do that for you, right? That was my relationship with my dad when I was young, and he was in and out of my life. From him being in and out of my life, I learned how to maneuver in that world. I learned how to accept a man that's supposed to love me be in and out of my life. I learned how to accept a man giving me a little bit, because that's what my dad did, right? And so, because I was used to that, that's what I was attracting to myself. Constantly attracting that to myself. And I thought to myself, okay, through a lot of coaching, therapy, that, oh, okay, this is programmed in you, sis. This is programmed in you. This is programmed in you to accept this. And so now I have to reprogram myself.
Yes.
And reprogramming yourself is not like this.
It's a process. It takes time.
It's not like this. But this is what we like to do. Oh, girl, I'm good. We slap on our makeup. We slap on our lashes. We slap on our nails. We slap on our best outfit, hunting.
Right. To cover up
Everything. But we still trying to figure out, oh, I'm the boss. I'm the boss, bitch. Why I ain't got nobody? Because, sis, you need to heal.
Yeah, that's real. That's heavy real. And at the end of the day, once you strip yourself of all of that, that's, I believe, when it hits you the most, like, wow. Now you got to really look at yourself and face yourself. Yeah.
Since I did talk about some of the men that's got a lot going on and telling us a lot of things, I want to tell y'all what this one said. What really hit me, because I truly believe in getting information from wherever I could possibly get it. So,
just to piggyback real quick,
go ahead.
You had mentioned how childhood, it starts there. So I think if you don't go back, sometimes it's hard to go forward, because you got to go back to figure it out. Okay, where did it all start? I know with me, I was molested when we first moved to California by a cousin, and that followed me throughout my life. I want to say most of my life. I want to say within the past maybe 8 years, I finally just said I'm gonna forgive him and just don't deal with anyone associated or pertains to him. That way, to me, that's a way that I can make sure I'm delivered from it and I'm healed from it, because I've forgiven him. I'm not mad at him. I still love him. He's still my cousin at the end of the day, but I know I need my peace of mind, so that way it doesn't continue to affect me in friendships and relationships or just whatever, so but it started there.
Exactly.
It started there, and I had to identify that.
So exactly. So now we get into the nitty gritty of it all.
Right.
So when we have been abused from youth, because I've been molested too, and we've been abused from when we were young, and you see they call us the angry black woman, and you see women like they always ready to buck up against somebody.
Right.
Is it from what's really going on right here in this situation, or is it subconsciously in your mind because you felt like you had to fight? Even if you had to fight mentally to stay sane when you were being abused.
Right.
Even if you have to fight to stay sane to get through this life, because of you still got that programming in the back of your mind knowing that you were abused. So that veil of the abuse is still on you, so you're always walking around ready for a fight because maybe you couldn't do that when you were younger, but now you always in protection mode, so you ready. And people looking at you like, oh my God, like why is her energy so like, she's ready for a fight? And it's because we have that energy of I was abused, and so now ain't nobody gonna do shit to me.
Your own self-defense mechanism, I believe. Yeah, because you got to defend yourself because hey, you can do it now. You have age. You can do it.
Right. So, but the thing about it is, it has to get to a place where you can heal out enough that you can get vulnerable and know that everybody is not out to hurt you.
Right.
Because what happens is, what I've found is when we walk around like this, we keep attracting those fights.
That's true.
We keep attracting those fights because our energy tells us, oh, I'm ready for this goddamn fight. I'm ready to protect myself. I'm ready to give them a piece of my mind. I'm ready to let her know. We attract that to ourselves because we have not healed. So once again, it's not them. It's not him. It's not them. It's not him. It's you, sis. It's you, sis.
It is. So what I've said,
it's me, sis.
Yeah, what I'm going to start doing with some consistency is every day just have that one-on-one time for myself, maybe twice throughout the day, because I always incorporate it, but at least twice throughout the day, and just jot down. I mean, just constantly jot down to release and surrender, to free myself, because I know I'm still holding on to some stuff and it's heavy. It's heavy, and it have moments where it's triggered, but I need to just nip it all away so I can be completely so over it to where it's like a person that laughs and can't stop laughing. I need to get to that space, to that place, and I'm on my way.
No, y'all, we need to ask her, what the hell are you holding on to? Don't give us this generic shit. Like, I'm holding on to my dad didn't take care of me. I'm holding on to just being angry. Let me tell y'all, I got a whole life coach and a therapist. I need them, y'all. And so I was telling my coach yesterday, I'm just angry. And I had to hit the pillow and stuff. And I'm like, I'm angry because I keep accepting shit in my life that I shouldn't accept. I'm accepting the man that's abusive. I'm accepting, emotional abuse, verbal abuse. And it's because I haven't healed from my past. And my coach was like, yeah, because you're holding on to it and you need to release it. And so that's why I wanted to, we talked about this last week before I even talked to my coach about coming on here. But I wanted to talk and say, let's get real, because the things about it is that, when you are holding on to situations from your past, you keep attracting them. You keep attracting, and I'm like, the same person is knocking on your door, whether it was 20 years ago, or whether it was your dad, or whether it was your family telling you that you wasn't good enough. You keep receiving that in your life. It's not them, it's us. So when you sit down and had a conversation with your girlfriend and y'all be in there bashing the man like we do, girl, his ass ain't shit, girl.
It's us.
Girl, he did this and I told him his ass, girl, and because no, it's you, girl.
That's where the boundaries come in at. That's just the bottom line. You got to set those boundaries. You got to put those boundaries in place. I know for me, in addition to the being molested, the relationships I've been in, I want to say over the last 15, 16 years have been horrible. And I know it's because I wasn't completely healed. So I think I psyched myself out. Was in denial some.
There we go. Come on.
So with that being said, when I notice And it would hit me, it would be conviction. First of all, it would be conviction because I would be in a relationship with someone, being loyal, faithful, everything. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's like I'm feeling some type of way because I'm not being treated right, or I'm having flashbacks because that person has a lot of the same ways that was abusive to me. And it may not be physical because my past abuse was more physical when I was young and real dumb. But as I got older and then I started finding myself still going through this abuse, it just wasn't physical. It was like mental and emotional. And I'm like, wait a minute. When I sit up there and cry, when I got to sit up there and just start like writing like crazy or cuss you out, it's a problem. Because it's like now you're taking me away from who I am to go to that level because of this abuse. Emotional abuse. Not wanting to hear me out or just downplaying my reality to how you want to treat me. But I allow that. So
because we ain't healed, sis.
So right now, I know with whatever time I have left in my life, I gotta be happy. And it's gonna start with me. I gotta set boundaries. And the only person who could incorporate that and implement that is me. So like my therapist said, once you set those boundaries, people cannot cross those boundaries because it's like set in stone. You know, they're gonna know I gotta back up.
This is the thing I figured out. People treat you how you treat yourself. We had that conversation before we got on here.
Yeah.
People treat you how you treat yourself. And I hear you, sis, because I believe in boundaries. I'm all about the boundaries right now. I'm going to show y'all my book. I'm a true believer in this book. This book is called Boundaries, Will You In and I Begin, and Catherine. This is a good book when you want to learn how to start setting boundaries, because I didn't grow up with boundaries. But what I figured out is this. We learn how to set boundaries. But as we're learning how to set boundaries, we still have to get in that place of healing. And setting boundaries is getting in that place of healing, you know, but it's digging deep. Healing is some real work. It's not easy. It's not pretty. You know, your makeup going to run, you know, you may be down for one day. It's not a pretty thing. But when you start to emerge,
right,
you know, you start to understand that, okay, yeah, this ain't necessarily him, this me, because I keep accepting this. And so then you start to move a little differently.
Right.
You start to do things a little differently. You may fall back, but then you come back again.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I am on here. We are on here because we want to share our story that for me, and I'm being perfectly honest, I'm coming or I'm back and forth with an abusive situation right now. And I want to take you all through this process with me. I want to share my story with you all to show you all that we can get to the other side of this. And somebody else may be out there that's going through an abusive situation right there, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, verbal, or whatever. Abuse is abuse.
Yes.
And like Candace, my beautiful co-host, just said, at one time it was physical for her. And then she didn't even understand that she was in an abusive situation because now it was emotional and verbal. And I didn't even learn about emotional abuse until a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago.
Right.
And I was like, for some reason, and this was somebody else I was dating. And I was like, you know what? You're emotionally abusive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know it was real. Right. And I just felt like they were emotionally abusive the way they would handle me and my feelings. Right. You know, what they call it not catfishing, gaslighting. They try to make you think that your feelings is not real, and that's and stuff. It's called gaslighting and stuff. And so I was like, no, like you say like, oh, you know, no, you told me you was gonna call me back, but you didn't call me back. And they was like, what are you talking about? Yes, you know, no, that wasn't the conversation. So they make you think you crazy.
Right.
That's gaslighting.
Okay.
And so I was like, no, you're emotionally abusive. And I didn't even know it was a thing, emotional abuse. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, this is real.
It exists.
It exists. And so my thing is that that sometimes we don't even understand what we're dealing with because we're dealing with it and we just trying to fix it. We're all women. Oh, if I just be a little kinder,
Yeah.
if I don't say this, if I don't do that,
Mhm.
then maybe what he's saying is right. Did I? No.
But then you can't be yourself. If you got to keep tweaking yourself,
Exactly.
you can't be yourself.
Exactly. But the thing about it, I keep going back to this. It's not him, it's you, sis.
Yeah.
Because once you heal,
Mhm.
you don't keep attracting people that's asking you to twist and turn and do all of this,
Mhm.
because the way that you treat yourself, that's what you're going to attract. So when I start treating myself like I am enough,
Right.
and not just how we fake ourselves out and put on the makeup and look good and all that, and then be like, girl, I'm the bomb. But in the inside, way deep at the core, you still feel like you're not good enough.
Right. Right.
You still feel, and because that's why you the side chick. Because I done been a side chick like a lot of times, y'all.
Mhm.
I ain't even gonna tell y'all no lie.
Just got over that.
I've been me too.
Just got over being the side chick.
Yeah, I've been a side chick
No.
too many times that I'm gonna write my book. Side chick no more. I want all y'all to buy it.
Right, right.
We're gonna come up with some rules. Side chick no more.
Mine says I can't carry the weight. Because
Boom,
I'm
boom,
not
boom.
carrying that weight.
Yeah. Side
Yeah.
chick no more.
Yeah.
I can't carry the weight.
Yep, I can't carry the weight.
Boom.
I want to say this real quick. Girl, so you know how you just said emotional abuse. When I really got to thinking, all the relationships I've had in the past after the physical abuse were all emotional abuse relationships. When I really put it together, I'm like, emotional, all of this abuse.
Why?
So I'm like, whoa, this is heavy.
But why?
Because I allowed it.
And you didn't heal.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We have to heal, ladies. This is, it seemed like as I'm talking, I'm like, oh, they just talking and talking and talking. But no, we're coming
Real
here
talk.
because we giving y'all some real talk. We want you to breathe and get honest with yourself. When your head hit the pillow, we want you to ask yourself, not just that question of what do you do when you 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and you still ain't got that person, what do you do? You ask yourself, okay, what do you do? But then you ask yourself, why? Why am I not in a healthy relationship? Why am I not attracting, healthy relationships? Or why am I constantly attracting emotionally abusive relationships, or men that feel like I'm worthy of being the side chick and that's it? Why am I attracting this? Right? We have to ask ourselves those hard questions,
Right.
and be honest with
Right.
ourselves, and like you said, and come out of denial.
Yeah.
Because denial will keep you in this cycle, and then you don't understand. You look up and you're 54,
Right.
and you're trying to understand, how did I get here?
Mhm.
And no, what should I say? My mother did the best she could with what she had in her, right? And so she didn't explain certain things to me. So it was like trial and error, me learning these things. But I want to give it to you and say, no, you're worthy. You're more than worthy to have a husband, a man that loves you, a man to be there and all of that for you. You're more than worthy to have a man that's going to respect you and be there for you and want to do everything for you, and y'all work together and build, y'all that be that team, all of that, a healthy situation, and so I'm not saying you won't disagree, have arguments, but it's a healthy situation.
Right.
And I'll say this and pass it on. My thing is that we're here to say that you can have that, but it starts with healing of self.
Yes.
That's it,
yes.
and that's all. It's going to that little girl in you and asking that little girl, okay, what happened? How can we get past this? And then the other thing is, we talked about awareness, being aware, understanding that all of this stuff is a distraction. But the other thing is too, and once you're aware and you understand that this is a distraction and I need to go within myself and go somewhere in a corner and be by myself for a minute, forgive yourself.
Oh yes, definitely.
Forgive yourself.
Definitely.
Forgive them, but forgive yourself.
Yeah, because that will hold you back too. That will definitely hold you back. So I think when you forgive yourself, you'll get by yourself to breathe and talk about it, whether it's talking about it to yourself, pouring out on paper, reciting it like I got to do better or whatever. However, just whatever it takes for you to make a step up or steps up or to rise above whatever's going on. It's possible. You got to just take one day at a time, be patient with yourself, and just, as you would always say, whatever decision you make, that's what you got to live with. And it's true. So you got to make that decision. So whatever decision you make, you got to live with that. So if you know you want peace and you want love, you want happiness in your life, it's got to first start with you and setting those boundaries. Setting those boundaries, that's just it. And praying. You got to have prayer. You got to have something to take the weight off of your whole mind, body, soul, spirit. And that's where that prayer comes in at one-on-one. And the more you one-on-one, I think the more clarity you have, your mind will be clear. It's like a detox. It's a detox. It is.
That's what the guy said. We need an emotional detox. You need an emotional detox. And I believe in prayer. I'm a praying person. I'm a person in boundaries, but I'm always come back to healing. I pray that God help me to heal.
Yes.
Like, I pray that God help me to be honest with myself enough that I get down and deal with the nitty-gritty of it all, what's going on with me, because it's no longer about him, it's about me. It's about me understanding that I don't feel worthy, so I keep accepting this person in my house. It's about me understanding that, I'm not pretty enough, and that's why I keep allowing some low grade, what the girl call them, scrubs, and all of that. Men, don't get mad,
right?
Because I don't feel that I deserve as Mr. Samuels said, Kevin Samuels, Kevin Samuels, you can hear this one. I don't deserve the what do you say, the 6-figure man, right? Because I'm not pretty enough. Bullshit. You know why I deserve him? Because I makes my own money. First of all, which is that money I'll make for myself, and I'm attract to myself what I am. So it ain't about looks all the time, and I didn't figure out I'm beautiful. I didn't figure that out and stuff. And so because what you feel that you are, that's what you are. And I had to come to that for myself. But if you don't come to that, then you just accept whatever. Hell no.
Right.
No, ladies. Hell no. Because you can put in the weave, the lashes, the nails, we could get our bodies done and all that. But if you not healed from the inside out, you be the banging bitch with a bum ass nigga.
Yeah.
You be the banging bitch with a bum ass nigga. I said I was gonna come on here and get real, y'all. You be the banging bitch with the bum ass nigga. And y'all know, because y'all got some.
Yeah.
Y'all got the banging bodies, the weaves, and a bum ass nigga. That you got to take care of and all. Hell no.
Right.
Be that banging bitch with that banging nigga.
There you go.
I don't like to use that word, y'all. I didn't curse and all that. But Negro.
Take it back. God know your heart. He know your heart. He know your soul. So
yeah. You want him to match you. This is what this guy said. You want his hustle to match your hustle.
Ooh, I like that.
So don't be no banging bitch with no broke Negro. Nah, y'all, that ain't us.
Right.
That ain't us.
It's not.
And don't be trying to be no broke. I don't want to call y'all the other name.
Call it what it is. What?
Don't be no broke little come up girl. Let me just say that word. Don't be no broke little come up girl trying to get what the guy. No, do you?
Yeah, have your own. I feel too, when you just have your own, you feel better about yourself because you're not dependent. You're not like, I gotta do this to get this from him. No, have your own, hold your own down. As my mother always say, you be independent. Let the man be the man. Let him do what he's supposed to do. You guys have that understanding, but at the same time, have your own something. Don't just come with absolutely nothing because you know how to cook, you know how to clean. Okay, yeah, but what else can you bring to the table? If you got a businessman that you're dealing with or someone who has that mentality, you got to be able to support that in some kind of way. It don't have to be financially. It could just be doing the office side of whatever. I mean, any little thing, but you got to bring something besides just cooking and cleaning and
sucking and fucking.
There you go. Yeah, bring some skills.
I don't believe I just said that.
You did, but hey, like you said, you're going to keep it real. I guess I'm just like not all the way there yet, but in one of these recordings, it's going to all just
No, I'm coming real with y'all because you know what? Our young ladies, y'all are so beautiful. But we on Instagram, we on Facebook, we on Snapchat, we on all of this, and we just twerking and we doing all of this, but we've lost our values and who
Yes.
we are as
Mhm.
women.
Mhm.
And I'm a black woman, and so I'm gonna say
Mhm.
as a black woman, and so we trying to do all of this stuff. We twerking, we doing this, we doing that, we sucking, we cucking, we doing all of this, but we're not. We're making songs about it, the WAP, all of that, but we're
Mhm.
not understanding our value.
That's real right there. That's really,
And we're not
really, really
understanding that it starts and ends with us.
real.
We
Mhm.
have to heal because once you heal, you understand your body is not your ticket.
Right. Right.
Because I'm telling you, and I'm telling you from somebody who had the body when I was younger, and it fades, right? And
Mhm.
sometimes when I look at the little Instagram girl, I'd be like, "Oh, I want no," because God had to put some padding on me for me to start to love me, right?
Mhm.
So, with the little waist and your hips and the little Coca-Cola bottle shape and all, had that, but I still had bum Negroes because I didn't know my worth.
Right. Right.
I hadn't healed. Nobody told me about that. So I'm here on telling y'all ain't gotta suck, y'all ain't gotta fuck, y'all ain't gotta twerk, y'all ain't gotta do none of that. All you have to do is heal and watch you pull to you whatever you are. That's what you're gonna pull to you, baby girl.
I receive all of that. I think that's why I probably didn't make it where I was trying to go in life, because I refuse to just sell out on that side to where I gotta do all that just to make it, or just to say I have. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I take my time and prioritize and sacrifice to get to where I'm trying to go, and know that I might be a little late getting there, but I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lose my self-respect, my self-love, because I've flipped the titty out, or putting my ass
get
up in the
this.
air. I mean,
And get this, we ain't down in hey,
to each his own.
I'm not down on you all. I'm just saying in the quietness of your room and when you sit down at night and stuff, that I want more from myself than this. I want to be respected
Mhm.
as it's me, not my body parts.
Right.
And so that's all I'm saying. So, I may get a lot of flack. I may get a lot of oh yeah, she don't look, but no, y'all know when y'all hear y'all gonna know that oh yeah, what she's saying is real.
Right.
We
right.
might try to come and say some bullshit to
Keep
her.
living, like the
But-
old people used to
But
say.
yeah,
Keep living. That's a real
she
one.
talking some
That's
real.
not gonna
She,
go
right,
away.
she talking
Keep
some
living.
real,
You'll
and
see.
that's what my
Mhm.
mother always tell me. Keep living because at the end of the day, you have to heal
Yes.
and to get where you want to go, and not just in a relationship with a man, but in your dreams.
Yeah. Yeah.
In your dreams.
Mhm.
In your dreams. I had to come up close to you all and say that because I'm an actress. And because I haven't healed, I haven't gotten over to that space yet because of all of the chatter in the back of my head. Oh, you're not good enough. They're not going to pick you. Woo, woo, woo. All this from all the chatter in the back. So what do you do? What do you do when you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and you still haven't gotten to that pinnacle of life that you want to get to, and you haven't gotten to that relationship that you want to get to? You heal.
You gotta heal, and that's gonna require pulling back so you're not distracted, so you can just be so on point with self. Yeah, to identify with self and not be into now and just everything. It's a journey. Put it like that. It's a process, but it's a journey. So you can't expect it to just be solved in 30 days.
No.
That's not realistic.
Mm-mm.
You got to give yourself time, because you got to prepare, make preparation. You got to, just like they say, when some goals get old and outdated, you got to just come with some fresh goals. You got to re-strategize. You
Well,
got to
for me,
strategize.
I had to be honest with myself and say I needed help.
Of course.
So that's why I have a therapist and I have a life coach, because they walk me through some of my issues. I do a lot of meditation. I do different things. I use my tools. I use my affirmations, and I've been with my coach now for about a year. My therapist is off and on because I get new ones and stuff. But my coaches, I really love her. Shout out to you, Rachel Benton. I'm going to always shout my coach out because she's the bomb.com. Rachel, Benton. That's her last name. Check her out. She's on Instagram and Facebook. But she's helped me a long way. She helped me a long way. And the thing about it is that what I had to understand was exactly what you just said. I'm so busy trying to get to the destination, I wasn't allowing myself to journey. And I was angry, standing in a place of anger because I'm not allowing myself to go through my healing process because I'm like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I'm getting older. I'm getting older. I need a man now. My dreams to be met right now. Jesus, what's going on? All of that. And so I would get angry even in my healing process because y'all heard I was banging the things yesterday because I'm not allowing myself to process.
Right.
The process. And then I heard the pastor say, no, when you get saved and you bring your life to God, you don't just get saved and then you don't sin no more and you don't do nothing else no more. It's a process for you to get over to that other self that you're going to be.
You're
right?
You're going to be challenged.
Yeah, you're going to fall off and you're going to go talk back to that bull and stuff. You're going to let him in about 10 more times until finally you working on yourself and then something going to click and you're going to be like, nah. I ain't letting him in the 11th time. You done. You done, boo. You got all you gonna get from me. Yeah, right. That's it. I ain't got no more to give. And it's a process. So I'm not saying that you all, you heal and it's like presto, like she said earlier, and it's done. It's work. It's work. Like I read books. I meditate, I do some tapping, I got a coach, I got a therapist, and I do a lot of work. But most importantly, what I do is I'm honest with me. And so I want to leave with that, I'm honest with me. I'm honest that it's not him, it's you, Shauna. I'm honest with me.
Wow, I have to say, yes, you got to be honest with yourself. Man, it's hard. It's a struggle, but you got to be honest with yourself to get the results that you want. If you seeing yourself differently, you got to do differently and you got to be differently. It's that detox. That's the part of that detox, and it's just being honest with yourself.
Yeah, I had to. I'm gonna leave y'all. I have to be honest with myself and understand that I was listening to this guy, and he was saying that when you in a situation and it's not working out for you, right? Whether it's your job, whether it's a relationship with a woman, what are you getting from the situation? You're getting something from it. Even though it's dysfunctional, you're getting something from the situation. And I remember somebody else had said that too, and it clicked in my head. And I was like, he's so right about that, because for me, not having a dad, my mom wasn't home a lot. So in speaking with my therapist, what she brought to my attention was that I don't feel connected to anybody because my mom wasn't there, my dad wasn't there. And she was like, oh, you don't feel connected to your parents. And so she said, and then for that matter, after I told her the dynamics of my relationships with my brothers and sisters, she said, oh, you don't feel connected to anybody. You didn't feel, when you were younger, you didn't feel connected to anybody. And so when she said that, I was like, oh my God, that is so true. Like it brought tears to my eyes because what happens is, what you do, like I said, what you do, the relationship you have with yourself is how people will treat you. But then the relationship that you have with yourself, when you have kids, you'll put that stuff on them too, right? And so I started to cry because that's what I put on my daughter. I wasn't around and all of that. But anyway, another topic. So when she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't feel connected to anybody. I'm always, that's if y'all hear me, if y'all are fly on the wall, y'all always hear me. I just feel like I ain't got nobody. I'm always by myself. I'm always by myself. I'm always by myself. It's always just me. It's just me. I ain't got no support. That's song of my life. They could put that on my when I die. Oh, she ain't never had nobody, right? And so what I figured out was, oh, you keep allowing these relationships in your life because you need to feel connected. So even though you know that they're dysfunctional, even though you know that they're not serving your highest good, you still allow them in your life because that's what you're getting, some type of quote unquote connection from these relationships, whether it's men or women. Whether it's a job, like, oh, well, I need the job because I'm getting something from the job. Even the job may be that I'm getting a finances or whatever, but the finances are not enough for me to do what I really want to do. But because of the fear or not feeling good enough, then I stay there. So you're getting something from whatever situation that you're in,
Right.
whether it's validation, whether it's a connection, whether the finances, because you feel like you can't go to another job and get the finances or get more finance. You're getting something from that situation that you're in. And the only way that you can figure that out is one more time is you have to step back, get into a healing space and go and ask yourself different questions. Like, I have a journal. I probably have about, I don't know how many journals I have, but this one I had to get because it says love. It says love yourself, and I was like, yeah, I need this one, right? But sit and get some and just write some things down and ask yourself questions. Like one of the questions the guy said, who hurt you? And I was like, that's a question to start off with.
That's taking it back, yeah, because you got to go
Take
back
it
to
back
go forward, yeah.
all the way
Right.
when you were younger.
Right.
The one thing I want y'all to do is be honest with yourself, like I said before I leave here, and answer that question: who hurt you? Put it down.
Yep.
We're gonna come back and we're gonna answer that question next week. We might do it through Zoom, y'all, because
Right.
I don't know. Just sitting next to here with the whole cold, y'all. I'm telling you. But God covered us, boom, boom, because He knew that we had to come on here and get some realness. We had to breathe and talk. Breathe and talk. So what I say, breathe, let's talk.
Yes, be self-encouraged. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna leave with that. Be self-encouraged and just take one day at a time. Reposition your thinking, reposition your mind, and pray your way up and pray your way out so you can be healed.
And heal.
360 healing.
Heal. Because you can pray and ask God to help you with your healing. And healing is not just physical, emotional, mental, spiritually, all of that. You can ask God for healing, because I think a lot of times we think of healing as physical, but we need emotionally healing, mental healing, spiritual healing.
360.
Yeah, so we can boom, boom, boom. So so we can pray that God heal us. So you all, I want to leave that with you all.
Get therapy. Get help. Get a therapist or a counselor, a mentor, someone who has walked in shoes that you are probably walking in and trying to get out of. Get some help. You got to do that.
I'm gonna give y'all my coach, Rachel Benton.
Yes.
Benton, RachelBenton. I really, 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 really I know she's helped me grow. She's helped me heal, because at one point you wouldn't have got me on here with my head wrapped pushed back with no bang. Nah, it wouldn't have happened. Because I always need a bang,
Right.
That was me. You know what I'm saying?
Now you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that I've grown so much. I can see the beauty. Like sometimes I'm on Zoom with her, because it's over Zoom, and I be sitting there looking at myself, and I be like, "Oh, you're so pretty."
Right.
I be trying to listen to her, because I do my sessions with her, but then we have a group. And so I'm in the group. So if y'all want the group, and so I'll be in the group listening to the women talk, but I'll be looking at myself like, "Oh, Shauna, you're so pretty."
You gotta admire yourself.
And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Shauna, you're supposed to be listening." So one time they think I'm crazy, you know what I'm saying? And so I was talking, and stuff. And the girl was talking, and I said, you know, girl, I'm hearing everything y'all saying, but you know, as I'm sitting here looking at, talking to y'all, I'm just looking at myself, talking, you so pretty, and they just bust out laughing because I went through that when I first started with her. You know, we had to do this thing about looking in the mirror, and we had to look in the mirror and uh, see what we liked about ourselves or something like that. And I when I looked at myself, I liked myself uh uh with my head wrap on. So I'm gonna get to that too, y'all, with this hair situation. But when I took my hair wrap off, I didn't, right? Because I just didn't like my hair, right? And stuff. And I've always had hair issues, so that's another topic. So I'm gonna let y'all go. But so saying that to say, but I didn't even used to wear my hair off of my face without a bang.
Right.
So I've grown so much with this woman. I have a lot more going to go, you know, a lot of more healing to do. However, check her out, Rachel Benton, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. So yeah. So I'm gonna leave y'all with heal and
One day at a time. Breathe. Write it out, walk it out, talk it out.
and it's not him, it's you, sis.
Yes, it is.
So stop calling that man all up names and stuff.
I'm
Because
good.
it ain't him, girl. It's you.
It's me.
It's you.
Yep.
It's
And
me.
it's you too out there.
Yeah, it's me.
All right.
Keep opening the door. All right. Bye. Over. Bye. What was our timing? Girl, 50 minutes. I was trying.
But that's good though, because I mean, it gives people, they can always play it back and like, okay, we catch this part, so it's all good.
I think we should try to start